Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Every Italian house style explained in 12 minutes.
Roman Domus. From the 1st
Ooh.
century BC to the 4th century AD, the domus was the standard high-status townhouse of the Roman world. Its sequence of vestibule, roof-lit atrium with rain basin, and columned rear garden set the template for later Italian courtyard buildings. Fired brick walls and timber trusses were finished in plaster,
Okay, so for me, the house style that I like the most is a courtyard home. So cute.
mosaic, and marble. A front office called the tablinum let owners conduct business at home, blending private
So
life
it's
with
like you're
commerce.
outside, but you're still inside. How introverted is that?
What do you mean?
Like, you see how this home is? Okay, instead of having like a backyard, front yard, you have a inside yard.
Yeah, like I get it. Like, I've seen the movies.
It's cool. I like
I,
it.
I never,
I like it.
kind of had one, at Berry.
Where?
It,
Like the courtyard.
yeah,
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 the
it was
quad.
kind of,
The
yeah,
quad.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of like that. It's similar vibes. Okay, it was cool. Yeah.
The courtyard plan resurfaced centuries later in Renaissance palaces and modern apartment blocks.
I
Sassi
like it in
Cave.
homes too.
Beginning in the 9th century, Matera's residents carved homes into soft tufa cliffs, one stone
This is
facade outside,
impressive.
deep rock chambers within. The massive rock keeps interiors close to 16 degrees Celsius year-round. After
Wow.
relocation in the 1950s, UNESCO listing in 1993 sparked careful restoration. Today, steel mezzanines, glass doors, and discreet ventilation turn these caves into hotels while preserving their medieval
Wow,
shells. The
hotels.
type shows how passive geology can replace mechanical heating and cooling.
Yeah, that's cool. If kind of you can keep the temperature the same year round. As you save on the bills a lot.
Medieval
Wow.
tower. Between the 11th and 14th centuries, Tuscan merchant families erected stone towers up to 50 meters tall for status and defense. Each level held a single room, with the kitchen at the top to vent smoke and deter attackers. Civic laws later capped heights, so owners removed the upper stages and converted the
You
stumps
know,
to
I've only
flats.
seen something like this in probably like New York, in this like a mansion in the city. It's they build it up. So you have a staircase going all the way up like a tower, and it's this type of style.
Oh.
But like in that show, what's that show? With the detective, blue collar, white collar. What was it? White collar.
Yeah, white color.
White collar. Yeah.
Yeah, in Europe, the stairs and the castles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Surviving clusters in San Gimignano and Bologna trace the original vertical skyline. The transition from private fortress to shared housing mirrors the rise of communal city government. Alpine Chalet. From the 13th century
Ooh, this is
onward, mountain
This is
farmers in
bougie.
cool. This is
Trentino and
really
Yeah.
Aosta
nice.
built chalets of stone and
I
large to fade.
expect bears to come out
Yeah,
though.
I'd love to live in a place like
That
that.
means it's cold, no?
Yeah,
Or by the lake.
it's cold, but in the mountains it
Mm-hmm.
looks really
Is
cool.
heavy snow and hard winters. A masonry ground floor sheltered livestock, while timber upper stories and a steep roof protected hay and family rooms. A balcony under deep eaves dried fodder in summer and shielded walls from rain. Modern chalets now add laminated timber panels and triple glazing, yet keep the same form that balances climate load and local
I wonder if
materials.
it can last long though.
Cascina Lombarda. During the 15th to 17th centuries, Lombardy's prosperous farms took the shape of brick quadrangles around a broad courtyard. Separate wings held dwelling rooms, cattle barns, and grain
That
lofts,
would be
while a
awful
well
when it's raining. Oh my God. I'm
supplied
staying
water at the
inside.
center. Corner towers stored maize and signaled ownership. Thick walls buffered hot summers and foggy winters on the Po Plain. Many cascines still function, and some host agri-tourism with minimal
For whatever reason, this style gives me Latin America. I don't know why. I feel like I've seen these styles of houses in telenovelas.
structural
Mm.
change. Palazzi Storici. From the late 15th to the early 17th century, Renaissance and Baroque palaces reshaped Italian cities. Rusticated street levels conveyed stability, while piano nobile reception rooms, one floor above the mud, displayed frescoes and marble. A vaulted entrance led to a colonnaded courtyard that admitted light and air. Masonry walls carried timber or shallow brick vaults. Today, many palazzi divide their upper floors among apartments, offices, and museums under strict
That's like New
conservation
York
rules.
too. Wow.
Well, there's a lot of Italians in New York, so.
Tuscan
Mm.
Farmhouse.
I can
Between the
see the
16th
influence.
and 19th centuries, the
Because it's
Casa
not often like for me that's unusual to see like what do you call like a store and then there's homes above these stores.
Oh, that's Europe.
Mm-hmm.
All over Europe. Yeah, that's the
Mm-hmm.
stuff. That's what kind of goes back to the reaction about the urban planning. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the bottom floor, the ground floor is like a grocery store or something, and then above that it's the apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Monica became the rural norm in central Italy. Two-story rectangles of fieldstone offered vaulted stables and olive presses below,
This
with
is not a
family
good
quarters
photo.
above. Walls up to a meter thick
Oh,
and small
okay. This
arched
is the
windows
Olive Garden
leveled
style
summer heat
home.
and
Yeah.
winter chill. Terracotta tiles and lime wash mellowed to ochres that match the surrounding hills. Contemporary restorations
I
add
like
seismic
it.
ties and
I
discrete
like the
glass loggias
stonework.
while retaining the historic envelope. Baglio. From the 16th to the 19th century, western Sicily used the Baglio as a fortified farm estate. High sandstone
Oh.
walls and a single arched gate
It does
protected a
look like a
vast
farm,
interior
a
court
house
used for
kind of.
threshing grain and staging pack animals. Pigeon lofts in corner towers supplied meat and messages before modern transport. Limited exterior openings cut glare and heat. Many Bagli now combine olive oil production with guest accommodation after seismic upgrades. Masseria. Also dating from the 16th to 19th centuries, the Masseria of Apulia encloses workshops, stables, and residence within limestone ramparts. Barrel roofs funnel scarce
Mm.
rainwater into underground cisterns, sustaining citrus groves despite arid soil. Spanish military concepts appear in corner bastions and limited openings. Thick stone moderates temperature without mechanical systems.
I like a
Adaptive
stone home.
reuse often adds glass links and pools, yet keeps the fortress outline intact.
Here in the States, it's made out of wood. Like in California, the ones that stood the fires were made out of stone.
Nobody makes houses out of wood anymore. This is like
When
100
you see
years
them
ago.
building the houses, it's wood.
It's not out of wood. No,
It's
nobody's
wood.
building houses out
It's
of wood.
wood.
No, nobody uses wood
They're
anymore.
using lumber and they
Mhm.
chop it with the saw. And
Where,
then
like in a cabin in the forest? Yeah, sure, as a cabin, but
mm-mm.
as a house,
When
nobody
you go
uses
see the
wood.
constructions, they're using
Nope, they're
wood.
not.
Trullo. Across the Valle d'Itria between the 16th and 19th centuries, farmers built circular limestone houses
This
crowned
sounds
by
like in
mortarless conical
Texas.
roofs. Gravity and friction lock
Why?
overlapping
For some reason, the name sounds very
Oh, Trullo?
Tex-Mex. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds Spanish, Trullo. Yeah.
stone slabs, creating a dry shell that sheds rain. Thick walls stabilize interior climate while small openings reduce heat gain. Roof symbols painted in lime serve Christian or folk protection roles.
Oh, that's like
Linked
in
clusters
Greece.
form honeycomb
Does look like
farmsteads,
Greece, yeah.
now restored for seasonal rentals.
Like when they paint
Lamia.
the
The same
roof, the color to show it's church, the blue.
period produced lamie, cubic stone huts with barrel or groin vaults spread across Apulia. Originally tool sheds or field shelters, they stand half a meter thick with minimal fenestration to resist sun. Vaulted roofs avoid timber, scarce along the
Oh,
Adriatic
this looks
coast.
pretty.
Modern villa projects often attach glazed living rooms to restored lamie, combining rustic mass and contemporary light.
Very interesting to see these houses made out of stone.
That's
I
nice.
kind of thought, Italy would be similar to how Lithuania, but I'm thinking about it. I think it's not because I would think these are very, very old houses. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like in Lithuania we don't have many of those because in the world wars they were destroyed. Because no, there were
Mm.
front lines in Lithuania and whatnot. You just the only anything made out of stone, it would just be the castles. I don't feel like I've ever
Mm.
seen a house made out of straight up stones. Those
Mm.
usually brick houses that are there, like back in the Soviet days they built the brick houses. So this is very fascinating.
Ligurian Tall House. Between the 17th and 19th centuries, Genoa and Liguria stacked narrow pastel houses 4 or 5 stories high, but
I
only
like the
one room deep.
colors that they put.
Shared stair towers served multiple dwellings, freeing ground floors for shops and vaulted fish cellars. Stucco facades were decorated with painted
How
pilasters,
pretty.
cornices, and window frames to simulate stone at low cost. The type adapts tightly to steep coastal topography while maximizing cross ventilation. Casa di
Mm.
Ringhiera. From the 1800s to the early 1900s,
Mm-mm.
Milanese builders erected 4-story courtyard blocks for factory workers. Flats opened onto continuous
So
Oh.
iron
this is their
balconies
version of the
that doubled
projects,
as
I guess.
corridors. Communal toilets and water points stood at balcony ends. The central courtyard provided light, drainage, and
Wow.
social space. Post war upgrades added private bathrooms and heating, and current renovations mix loft apartments with small studios while keeping the balcony circulation. Villino Liberty. Around 1900 to 1920, Italian Art
Ooh,
Nouveau produced the
I love
Villino Liberty
the
in growing
character
suburbs.
of this.
Masonry walls were animated by curved bay windows, floral
I
wrought
love
iron
a bay
railings,
window.
and
Oh my
What's
gosh.
the bay
A bay
window?
window. Okay. So it's like if it's a circle, consider half the circle and you have a paneling of this window, this window, this window. So you have like a curve here and you could sit there, create like a little nook, a breakfast nook. It's perfect in the
So
kitchen.
it's like a semicircle window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's like the shape.
Yeah, semicircle. Okay.
And then you have
brightly
like
glazed
three like that.
ceramic tiles. Interiors
Ooh,
featured
that
stained
is
glass,
stunning.
flowing
Oh,
stucco
yes.
moldings, and custom furniture. Surviving clusters in Rome, Palermo, and northern spa towns mark Italy's brief flourish of organic decoration before full modernism. Rationalist Villa. In the 1930s, Italian
Oof,
rationalism
this is
applied
plain.
modernist ideas to
Woo!
private
She's
houses.
plain Jane.
White stucco boxes,
I hate
ribbon
it. I hate
windows,
a box.
and slim pilates replaced
No
ornament.
character
Reinforced
whatsoever.
concrete frames allowed open
Looks
plans
Soviet
and
a
wide
little bit
glazing,
here.
I hate a
while long
box.
eaves shaded summer sun and admitted winter light. Villas, such as Giuseppe Taragni's Villa Bianca, illustrate the movement's balance of form and climate control. Palazzina Anni Sessanta. During the economic boom of the 1950s and
Oh, the windows
60s,
are cute here.
reinforced concrete
This
apartment
gives
blocks,
Miami maybe
6
a
stories
little-
Yeah,
high,
it
filled Italy's
does. Very
suburbs.
Miami vibes.
Cantilevered balconies clad in mosaic bands and glass brick stairwells
I like
provided
it. Not
light
too
and
tall.
outdoor space. Pilotis created ground floor parking bays, and
Wow,
flat roofs
it does give like
served for
Miami
laundry
vibes.
and terrace
does.
gardens. The Palazzina supplied rapid, affordable housing as rural populations migrated to cities. Villetta a Schiera. From the 1970s
So
into
this is
the
the
80s,
suburbs.
Okay, yeah,
two-story
that's the
terrace houses
suburbs.
became
Yeah.
the middle-class
Suburbia.
dream near every major city. Built in cavity brick or block,
You
each
know,
unit
this reminds
offered
me in Spain, like the
Yes.
townhouses style.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
similar,
a small front garden, rear patio,
Oh,
and integrated
yeah.
garage. Interior layouts placed living
Oh, this
and
is the
dining on the ground
suburbs.
floor with bedrooms above. Uniform rows delivered private ownership without the cost of detached plots.
Out of my way, pigeons. I get Uber credits back on my rides because I am a student.
Supercondominio. Beginning in the late
Oh, very
1980s,
modern.
master
So
plan
I guess we're doing, in order from like the very beginning to kind of like throughout time, because we're getting to the modern stuff now.
completed estates grouped several mid-rise blocks
This is like
around landscaped
luxury.
open space. Shared amenities include swimming pools, playgrounds, and underground garages, all overseen by an on-site caretaker.
Wow.
Reinforced concrete frames meet modern seismic and energy codes. The supercondominio remains popular where land prices deter detached housing. Eco Alpine Cabin. Since the early 2000s, South Tyrol's Casa Clima program has driven near-zero energy mountain cabins. Prefabricated large panels, 20-centimeter insulation, and triple glazing limit heating demand to about 10 kilowatt-hours per square meter each year. Roof-integrated solar panels supply hot water and backup electricity. These cabins show how traditional chalet form can meet strict sustainability targets.
Well, that's cool. I would like to, live something like that too.
I don't know.
Modern stone villa.
That means it's cold.
Also in the
No, it's not cold.
The eco.
No, but you have roof panels for for electricity. You can heat it up.
21st century, architects fused local stone
Wow.
walls with floor height glazing and living roofs. Open plan interiors feature underfloor heating, smart home controls, and concealed seismic bracing. Pergola patios link kitchens to infinity pools,
That's
blending
very
indoor and outdoor
California.
zones. The style merges regional material palettes with global lifestyle expectations.
Gives California for sure.
3D printed concrete. Since the
What?
2020s, pilot projects
What?
near Ravenna have
What?
used robotic gantries to print curving concrete walls in less than 48 hours. Hollow cavities formed during
Hold
printing carry
on.
wiring
How
and
much?
insulation, cutting material waste by about 1/3. Current prototypes target emergency housing and low waste resort construction. Though experimental,
pretty.
the approach hints at a future Italian vernacular built by machines rather than masons.
Oh, how do people feel
These are the
about
most
that?
iconic house styles across.
That was an interesting video. That last one, I don't know about that. That looks a little like a hut, but very fascinating video. This was very interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I see the comments? The Tuscan Farmhouse is just so charming. Oh yeah, this is so exciting to watch. Definitely like to see the styles and to know what they're called too.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a great video. Very interesting. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.